Spartans Finest, and we are back. We are back at leaderboard position 55, gang. So we are right on the doorstep. To give you an idea, we peaked, as you can see there, at 17,989. Now with the evolution time, we're down, yeah. And you see 50th is at 18,641, but when we hit our peak, the 50th place drops into the 18,300 range. So we literally are about 300 something odd points from hitting that 50th place. It's extremely exciting. Keep getting the wins. You know, we're not moving up much, only about 100 points a day, but being 300 points away, you know, simple math says we might just be about 3 days away if we can keep the win tally going. So very, very exciting. Let's get to yesterday's action on Choke Point. Starting with a incredibly impressive ransom solo. Anytime you solo the 236 base, you're doing something very, very right. So Fingers comes in with Brick plus AZ. A little bit of an unconventional landing there, but got most of his girls. And Brick, I see her star shining, so she's still in effect. Now, in terms of ransom, this is not like the most difficult layout we've ever seen. The blanket coverage of the rockets is a little bit less. There's not a lot of splash damage. So we were fortunate that this was a soloable base in terms of it only needing 3 shocks. Or does he even just do 2? No, he'll do 3. Those flamethrowers behind, he has to do those. 1, 2, 3. Yep. And you can see just out of the range of these rockets. Now, yes, the mortar got a few, but the health kit pretty much takes care of that. Beautiful troop position, great walk. Just a terrific solo there by Fingers. The kind of thing we need, as you can see, you'll see the end there. It took all 10 attacks, and so solos are literally the life breath of the 10-man task force doing ops. You've got to have, you know, pretty much 3 or 4 solos every single operation, because there's oftentimes going to be a base or 2 or more that need a second hit, and we're in real trouble on those bases. We need the 3rd hit. Okay, so here's Tony with his solo on Tapir, however you pronounce it. 4 shocks, 5 shocks. A lot of mortars. Good news is not a lot of rockets, though. So, again, you know, we play the bases we get. Not to undermine the quality of the solos, but, you know, these last 2 were like I say, not the hardest incarnations of those particular bases, but extraordinarily well done on the solo on both. Now here was SD. This was a near solo. Java can be soloed, but boy, it is really a tricky one. It's a very long smoke walk, probably as long as any walk that there is. This is, let's see here, 1, 2, 3 shocks. 1, 2, 3. Ooh, 1 rocket got away there. That 1 rocket got away. I wonder, does he have, no. And no extra GBE. The walk is just so long. Now you can see this was a mill 3 or 4, I can't remember now, and he left about maybe a hundo on there. Not much at all. Very nice hit there by SD. That's just kind of a case, for some of the guys have 6 GBE, some have 7, some have 3 troop damage, some have 4. It's debatable what the best troop combo is. Obviously, the best would be something like 7 GBE, 5 troop damage, but Supercell only gives us 10 statues. So most guys do a 6-4. But there's certainly a case to be made for 7-3. There's even a case to be made for 5-5. And if you're in, not so much a 10, but I know some of the 25, some of the turtle families will have guys who even go like 4 GBE, 6 damage. Those are guys who are very kind of esoteric specialists with certain bases that they can hit and ones that they kind of have to avoid. So here's Sparty on duality. Yeah, this laser obviously was a costly one. Great hit though on a 207, but yeah, that laser was pretty much the reason. I think this was what 1-4. He took about 1-1 there. Because I believe when I scouted this base, I was next up. I think there was only about 350 on there, left on this core. I'll go double speed for the walk. Actually, let's go quad. Now you see, yeah, that was an odd little smoke situation there. Whoop, sorry about that. And I think I went 5 shocks here. And I threw them early because I knew I definitely got that laser. I think I even threw a second. Yeah. I didn't see the blue little egg timer or clock, whatever you call it. And so I threw another one. Although, had I not thrown the first one, that laser would have fired before the second one got there. Although I guess it wouldn't have taken out all the girls, and like I say, just 3 to 350 on there. But it needed to be done. We were, taking bases. When we get to the middle of the op, after the solos, we always want to make sure we knock out the bases that have the most amount of force points, which is what Jersey's doing here on quick charge. Easy and brick. Ooh, yikes. Yeah, that shock launcher. I think most of the girls are still there. He definitely lost a few. 2 shocks once that smoke clears. Oh, 3 shocks, yes. 4 shocks, okay, hello. It's almost my bedtime. Not that that's an excuse, but... yeah. So, okay, there's some critters there. We're not going to stick around for the end of that, though. So, yeah, that shock was a bit on the costly side, but I think, we were going in there thinking this is a really tough one to solo. And as a result, it was going to need 2. And Spartacus did very well to finish it off on this attack. So once again, AZ and brick, and look at that, starts the smokes early on purpose because he learned from the last one. That's one thing we've talked about in this little video series, and most of us are good. That's kind of the blessing of having. See that, like he saw a girl peeking through the extra smoke. Safe. And he knows this one's got to drop. This one's got to drop on this hit if we were to have any chance of victory. He had to finish it with this attack. So if you burn a little extra smoke, no big deal. I think this Spartacus account is 7 GBE, but don't quote me on that. I think one of his is 7. Another one he goes 631. 6 GBE, 3 damage, and 1 health. That's what I do myself. If we're talking statue strategy, about 2 minutes ago I was talking, 5-5, 6-4, 7-3, but several of us, like myself, I do keep the troop health there, and that's mostly for map clearing. I tend to run RZMC 90+% of the time, and it just okay. This is a 6-4. It just is invaluable having the troop health there. Next up is Azim on Dredge, the 94 Dredge. So there's not the massive collection of cells that we sometimes will farm in that direction. Oh, he's hitting it from down south there. 1, 2, 3. Ooh. What happened there? Huh. The reason that was tough, I wonder if he shocked his own girls? You know what? Let me just play that again, guys. I just want to see. And Azim, I'm not hating on you, brother. I got nothing but mad love and respect for you. I just want to see where the girls were lost there, or was it the mines? We'll slow this down. Once he gets close. Okay, so everybody's still alive there. The double mine. The double mine cost him a few. Let's see. Oh, okay. The rockets and the mortars got the girls that were in the vicinity of this machine gun. Yeah. Okay, well, again, we probably had this attack to spare, but there's a reason that we usually hit from this, next to this boom cannon, right up here in a 12 noon position, right behind the core. It's just a safer hit. You're not out of the range of that, but if you're up here, right next to this boom cannon in this space right above the core here. Okay, so one shock, second shock on the laser, and then a third shock on the rockets. And honestly, that's all you'd need. These guys are out of range. These guys are out of range. These guys are out of range. And so are the machine guns. So 3 shocks from that upper position, which is pretty standard approach on Dredge. Just for anybody learning at home. Again, that's not dissing on Azim. Everybody knows that. Just showing the better way. Let's see if Bix goes to the. Let's see how he does this one here. Is he gonna take? Oh, he's going to the same spot. All right. Let's see if this does any. Lost a few. 1, 2, 3. I see. Now there was the difference. Bix dropped a shock on the rockets up here in this range, and that helped him. It also helped that Azim, even for a slightly imperfect attack, did actually take more than half the core there. So, boom, yeah. Juice finishing off SD's work. And so there it was, guys. Choke point down in 10. And that, like I say, that puts us right at 55. I actually saw us at 54. I really did. And SD, and some of us have noticed that sometimes wherever you peak before the reset, you don't always get the credit for it. Like I say, we legitimately were up at 54, even though the ticker there says 55. So guys, stay tuned. Next week will be exciting. We're in a tough one today. We may or may not pull it out. We got a real difficult fang, but a couple 3-4 more wins, we should be right right there, right at around 50. And that's the goal. All right, guys, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.